everybody. In today's video, we are talking about cabin crews. Cabin crews. Yes, the ones that are not flying anymore. Now, basically, everybody in aviation has been affected, but this specific set of people feel a little bit more entitled, and there is a number of things that they have been doing since all these redundancies came along, and we have a list here of things that they have been thinking they're right about, but they're all wrong and they should not try. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzie Joga. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, please take care of that right now. Take care of that right now. I'm waiting. Well, thank you. So a number of cabin crews have approached lawyers to try and file suits against the companies that they were working for, specifically Middle Eastern airlines. Now, this is going to be a feature that is not only limited to the cabin crew, but to anybody else who has a similar mindset, who also has a sense of entitlement as what we have seen. Last week, I think last number of weeks, maybe 2 or 3, there was up to about 200 cabin crews from Etihad Airlines who were told, yeah, you people have been made redundant, and they thought they can go to file a case against them. Now, with all this crisis, there has been a number of lawyers who have come out to cheat our very lovely darling cabin crews by telling them things like they can file a suit against the employer, they can raise a case, and they have more than 90% chance of winning. First of all, you did not take to account that this is an international situation of which, if it didn't happen, nobody will have need to fire this crew. In fact, if not only for underperformance or such issues, you would still have a job. But this is a global situation. So no matter what you do, the company that you represent or you think you are suing can say, yes, I don't have money. I've lost much more than I thought I would at a time like this. Now, usually if you are made redundant, there is like 3 months of average flying hours which should be given unto you. We wrote a list. Now, what many people don't realize is that this changed. It changed. It's now 2 months. This is the advantage of staying on top of the information, so you don't go out just claiming entitlement for things that you're not really entitled for. All right, normally with this very situation, the visa has to be renewed, at least as you serve your notice period or something like that. Your visa or documentation need to be valid, and for this reason, if you are with Emirates, if you are with Qatar Airways, if you are with Etihad or any other Middle Eastern airline per se, and you are not a nationality of the represented countries, then it means all out this time your documents need to be valid. The reason why we are doing this feature specifically for cabin crew is that there is a very big number of them, and some ways in which the redundancies were conducted is shameful, if I could say embarrassing, and mostly not in the correct way. News reaching our desk is that some of the cabin crew did not even know they were terminated. I understand there is a cabin crew that just went to the portal, they have a crew portal, just went to the portal and trying to check their flight schedule, only to find that they do not exist in the portal anymore. That means you have been ousted as a cabin crew. Well, in as much as this is embarrassing, the crew also need to understand that even the HR, the human resources aspect, is overwhelmed. And if it is something to do with the reduction of costs for the company, I would like to think that maybe some people in the HR have also been affected. So please refrain from being selfish and thinking everything revolves around you. This is a comment, this is a sentiment that is coming up from time to time, and those of you that are still flying, you may want to take this to consideration, because the perception is something that needs to be fixed and a time is right. Now, according to article number 90 of the UAE labor law, now let's bring it down to UAE once again, not the broader scope of the Gulf region. If you are terminated, you cannot be terminated while you are on leave. Now, we have seen a big number of crew that were terminated. Some were, outside abroad, who were stuck outside when the international airspaces were shut. So they were literally like stuck outside for a number of months. And this, I would like to think, was really burdensome, was difficult for them, because maybe they were not prepared financially to stay out for that long. And yeah, they found themselves staying somewhere just in like a vacation. Imagine going to Bahamas and getting stuck there. There's nothing you can do, please. So these are things that could have been considered, but the good thing is that they let them come back in first before they receive their redundancy. So this is a good thing. Please, cabin crew, tone it down. Maternity leave. I don't know where they get the idea to say that you cannot be fired while you are on maternity leave. Well, the truth is that these were the people that were started with. The other thing is end of service. Well, for end of service, I cannot talk much, but some of you have been in the same job for such a long time. So your end of service is not peanuts. Your end of service is a good amount of money. And you have to keep in mind, it's not only you, there are other tens of thousands like you. So even if the company is equipped financially to process your end of service and give you the money, you need to understand there is a waiting. There is a waiting to be involved, and they know there is a waiting, and that is why you are given some time to process your end of service. You are given space to stay in the company accommodation. They allow for your visa to be active. They know you have maybe liabilities here and there. Maybe you have some attachment with the bank or credit or stuff like that. You have also been accorded time to sort out your outstandings. So do not come and treat your company as a button switch that you say, you terminate me today, beep, tomorrow, end of service. Okay. 3 months payment. Now the labor law has changed. It is no more 3 months, it is just 2 months, period. Okay. You need not to be selfish when going to do something like applying for some case. You need to see it's something that, do you stand a chance of winning? Now, let's be realistic here. Do you really think that the laws of this country is going to give you priority over their local company that has been running here for ages, that they used to estimate their GDP? That is, my darling, the world does not revolve around what you think or what you believe. So please fall in line and not start telling sovereign or federal governance how you want things done. Because if you are so capable, then you can as well figure your life out without necessarily coming and saying, oh yeah, this, that. Stop that. It doesn't really make sense. And I want to encourage those of you that have not that have not become all foolish or all thinking that everything is above the sky. Please tone it down. Do not hurt yourself. Do not just do it. But the people I really want to address in this video as I finish is the lawyers. There is a very big number of lawyers that have come out, and they are tricking the cabin crews into thinking, we will raise a case for you. We have 90% chances of winning. We can get this done. You will get your money. They are stealing your money. Listen, these lawyers, what they don't tell you is that for such a case, now it has been moved from labor law. Now it's gonna fall under the civil law. And the civil law, there is a lot of things, there is a lot of disputes going on there that has nothing to do with your employment or your employer and yourself. It has a lot more things under it, including land disputes, marital days, blah blah blah. There is just a lot to be handled there. What these specific lawyers have not been open to you about is the length of time, and they have also not been honest on the possibility of winning this case. Do not be chicken-headed and think, yes, a lawyer tells me I will win the case. What case are you winning? If your company closed down because they cannot withstand the effects of the pandemic, who are you going to sue? Or you are suing because you are terminated and somebody else was not. It does not make sense, and it does not work well for you. You could be one of the best staff that the company has, but when the situation requires you to go, please let go. Do not act like a shareholder. Do not act like this company is not going to move forward without you. So the lawyers need to have told you that this lawsuit could take up to 1 year. And you stand a high chance of losing because the flexibility is going to vary, because this is a global pandemic. So all those cabin crew out there that have gathered and are piling up and are thinking that they are going to sue the respective airlines they were working for, please bring your brain back in the box, like in the skull. Don't be over yourself. Don't think you are too entitled. Don't look at the airline as if they are wicked for having laid you off. Pick up the pieces and see what next you can do. And also on that, there is an airline called Wizz Air that is taking most of you crew that lost their jobs. So that's all we had time for today, guys. The times are hard, and maybe just the way you are broke, probably your company is broker and your company has more liabilities. So I need you to stay smart. I need you to stay realistic and bite just what you can chew. Thank you so much for tuning in to the QTV by Liz Njoga. I have been your presenter. This is a Heart to Heart Talk. Peace out. Have a good afternoon. Remember to like this video, share, and subscribe as well.